Welcome to the Dogs Podcast, our coolest guest of all time.
Yes.
One and only Bernie Kosar.
Thanks for soloing my cranium right off the bat. Yeah. That was the greatest guest of all time. Thank you.
We'll adjust the headset for you a little bit there, but yeah.
Yes, this is awesome.
You're gonna widen it now. Yeah, the cranium keeps going.
We're super pumped to have Bernie here. First at the event, sit down with us. Thank you for taking the time sitting down with us. This is awesome. So, I guess let's talk about the event a little bit while we're here.
Yeah.
How cool is this?
Awesome one, health-wise, 6.5 months post this transplant.
Awesome.
To be here today on a Saturday morning, being able to pretend bowl. Yeah. Okay, I'll throw a couple token rocks down there with this bad flipper. Yeah. Belichick wasn't all off when he said diminishing skills. Okay, it's definitely diminishing bowling skills at 62. At your guys' ages, I actually was kind of good at bowling.
Yeah. Say, but you look great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's awesome. It's getting to see you. It's just been great seeing you being able to recover and everything. Let's talk Browns football a little bit here. Are you excited?
We have to on Dogs Podcast. Yeah. Is that prerequisite?
Yeah. Are you excited for the Browns season? Are you excited for the new regime? What do you think the team's going to be like this year?
I should probably think through the answer. It's altered a little bit since Miles was traded. You know, that makes things from I think a player. I'm a wannabe psychologist as an old man now in the fourth quarter of my life and stuff. And I'm a big fan of Shedeur.
Yeah.
Okay. And
I
really don't get where. And I've kind of watched enough, and I've had my health issues, so I've been a little preoccupied as to not devouring every fact that's out there in the football world and in the Browns world in particular. But as a guy who just loves football and for the last decade has followed it as intently as I had the first 62 years of my life, I don't see anything wrong with what Shedeur does. I love his personality. Like, I get people, they don't like his personality. Like, are you crazy? Like, it's one of the greatest, coolest personalities. He's happy. He talks. He goes out to all these kind of events. He's amazing on his off time, hanging out with high school's kids and junior high kids, and the influence he makes. His teammates look up to him. He has confidence and belief in himself. And us quarterbacks, we are victims or beneficiaries of the guys around us. And I'm not looking to say anything negative that gets me in trouble, but the Browns were poor last year on offense, and and then we had injuries at the end of the year. And for Shedeur to come in and play productively at the end of the year when the line was woeful. The receivers were non-existent, okay? And he made plays. Now, I wish we drafted Andrew Berry like this when I was playing, a lineman and two receivers with the first, 30-some picks, okay? But now to see him play with three weapons, okay, and some signing on the offensive line, like, I'm really looking forward to that. I actually... and I tend to always want to be positive, but my Pinocchio nose has grown extensively longer since the team's come back in '99, because here we are in June. I wouldn't want to be negative here, So sometimes, again, I don't want to say I lied, but I wanted to find the positive stuff of that.
For sure.
I wasn't just doing that this year, because I really do believe that with Shedeur, and then the defense and Miles, I was into that. The trade, the kid coming is a good player.
Yes.
Nobody's Miles, though. Okay, and Miles alters the whole game. So, how now are we going to be with that? And it's very important for Coach Bunkin to really, and he gets it as an older coach with his first chance, is when sometimes you trade your best player. What does the rest of us guys think? Okay, are we playing for another couple years from now? So that's dangerous to where what the rest of the locker room is thinking, and that's where sometimes, again, a Shedeur could actually galvanize you.
Yeah.
Okay, during that, because you're going to need that now. Somebody to galvanize. and lead the team because they were looking up to Miles. You know, and now that guy's not there, somebody needs to be the guy.
Yeah, I think getting Jared Verse back in the trade does speak to, like, we're not just giving up on the season. You know, we're looking for the future, but we can play right now with Jared Verse.
Oh, we absolutely
I think
can.
that was good.
And he's a gifted young man.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that. It's just, what does everybody else think from a young player perspective? You know, am I going to throw my body out there, okay, with no concern for the future, like what you really want your guys to think? Or are they thinking, oh, hey, they're thinking about the future.
Yeah.
Should I think about the future? Because my ankle's bothering me today. So shouldn't I take the shot in there to go out and play, okay? Or I have the second-degree tear of my ACL, okay? Should I play today?
Yeah.
You know, I always played. Okay, that's why I do surgeries all the time, and I have to do all this health and wellness stuff. Okay, it's figuring out. Okay, when I was playing and stuff, I was like, okay, God, I could play through this because technology will get better, and you smart people will figure it out. I didn't figure out that I had to figure it out myself.
This is the first time I've ever been called one of the smart people. So I appreciate that.
Now whose head's getting big, right? Yeah.
I do think there's a lot to say. Like, people misconstrue Shedeur's personality and his confidence is like he thinks he's better or cocky. I think in order, you
have to believe in
Yes.
yourself.
Yeah. Play at the highest
when you
level.
got dudes, like 300-pound dudes running around to kill you, you better have some confidence and
Yes.
belief. Like, no, that's the awesome trait.
Yeah,
like, don't neuter that.
Right.
If you don't believe in yourself, why would these guys believe in you?
Yeah, like, absolutely don't neuter that. Like,
Yes.
don't suppress
Yeah.
that belief, because that my biggest mentor and my first coach was Howard Snellenberger. He was the offensive coordinator for the 72 Dolphins, and Don Shula, one of the only undefeated teams, won the Super Bowl 1983 in the University of Miami. We won a national championship. And he said he had a massive belief. To believe is to be strong, and you believe in yourself. You could will and believe yourself to things, and you could make everybody else believe. And Shedeur, I believe, has that to make you believe you're good. Okay, I can make you believe you're smart. Okay, I can make, and that belief is what makes you strong and successul. And he has it. He has
mind
that.
over matter, man. Mind over matter. That's what you're getting at, and that's what Shedeur has. I'm like you. I don't get the negativity part. He is, for whatever reason, a polarizing guy, and I don't know if it's his dad is part of that or whatever.
His dad's a winner too.
Yeah.
Why is that bad? Why is that bad?
And Dion, like, supreme confidence.
Yeah.
Supreme confidence, and that's why he took over games. That's why he has a number of Super Bowls. You know what I mean? But talk about the guys that were, like, influences in your life. You go from the coach you just mentioned. You had Jimmy Johnson. Then you have Marty Schottenheimer. Go back to Jimmy Johnson. And how was all that?
So I as I drive down here today and I go past the Pro Football Hall of Fame on my drive down on 77, and I think of Howard Snellenberger, Jimmy Johnson. So proud to be the only guy to play with Jimmy Johnson 3 times.
Yeah.
The University of Miami, the Dallas Cowboys, and then again with the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah.
To have Marty Schottenheimer, to have Bill Belichick, to have Bud Carson, to have Don Shula. One of the greatest calls I ever had. I played a Monday Night Football game, I think in 1990, and we're playing the Dolphins. And Shula's the coach on the other team. And in the first drive of the game, friggin' Offerdahl breaks my ankle.
Yeah.
Okay? Jesus. Like 5 after 9. The game started at 9 o'clock. It's 5 after 9. I got a broken ankle. And but I didn't know it was badly broken. And then I have this phobia of coming out of the game and then finding out, it wasn't broken. It was just a high ankle sprain. So like, oh my God, you can't come out for that. I don't want to look like I don't want to swear on anything. Okay, so can't do that.
Sissy.
Yeah. So I can't come out. So like they're like, well, we're gonna take the tape off. Like, no, you can't take the tape off, then it'll swell up. So they give me the shot underneath the tape. Yeah. And I'm like, so I play the rest of the game on it.
Oh, jeez.
And I threw 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. Okay.
Yeah,
but got Marino'd at the end.
That happens.
And then the next morning, I'm limping out to the hospital to get checked, and Don Shula calls. And back then, even now, opposing coaches aren't allowed to call. They're not allowed to call, like, the other players.
Yeah.
And he calls me up, and he's like, that was the greatest, toughest game I ever saw in my life. It was one of the coolest things for me. And I'm crying.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like
wow.
the opposing coach called me to say that was the greatest thing I ever saw.
Yeah, I won't even do this podcast if I got a hangnail or something. I don't like typing if it hurts too much.
Bernie, when you were with, what was it? I think it was the Dolphins, and you came up with the spiking thing. Did you look that up before? Or was that just like a, hey, off the top of my head, I've always wanted to do that?
This episode is sponsored by Trollco. Browns fans, there's a phrase that has been used around the blue-collar world forever. Dirty hands, clean money. The idea that you show up, you put in the work, and you build your ideal life because of it. Sound familiar? That is Browns country. And Trollco is a clothing brand built around that very belief. 2 guys who worked the oil patch looked around and could not find a single brand that represented people like them. So they started making workwear, tees, hoodies, and hats all by themselves. You know, gear for the person who works hard all week and still brings that same energy to the tailgate on Sundays. And I know I'm talking Cleveland in general, but Northeast Ohio is that blue-collar, work hard, earn what you have area. Whether it's you or somebody you know, a family member, your dad, your brother, uncle, whatever the case may be, you guys know what that dirty hands, clean money phrase truly means. So check out what they have to offer. Head to trollco.com/dogs. That's TROLLCO.com/dogs, DAWGS, and use code DOGS25 for 25% off your first order.
Wow. So that was 1994, I believe we ran the play.
Yeah.
So the very first time that play was run was in 1986. Okay. In the
great year.
In the Browns practice. So I'm so slow, okay? I'm not saying this to be funny or self-deprecating, but I'm slow and I can't waste plays. So I could throw the ball away, but I did not like spiking the ball because you're just giving up on a play. So you could throw a quick out, a 6-yard out in 1.3 seconds. Okay, you could spike the ball in about 0.3 seconds. Okay, so there's a delta of that 1 second. So I would say, like on spike plays or on those clock plays, I would notice that the defensive backs would be way off or they would be milling around. So if they're way off, you could get a 6-yard out. You could run maybe 2 yards, take 1.3 seconds. So if it's the 40-yard line, 35-yard line, and you're trying to kick a field goal, statistically, a 20-yard field goal is easier than a 52-yard field goal. So you play that move. You play that at the end. You play that at the end of the half or at the end of the game for a game-winning field goal. Well, then press coverage was happening, and I really get excited with that because now you're standing this close to me, and you think I'm going to clock it.
Yes.
Okay, and you're sleeping. So I did that in practice. Drove Marty and Lindy Infante crazy. Like, what the hell are you doing? I go, I got to try this. I'm into this. So we practiced it all during the 86 season. The situation didn't come up. Now, if you could picture the Jets double overtime game, 1986, okay, the end of the second quarter, okay?
Yeah.
I do the clock play twice, and I hit a quick out, and we get a field goal before the game, before the second quarter. But it wasn't sexy, and I do it subtle, so you didn't really know, and the guys were off. Now I hit Webster down the sideline for that play down to like the 2-yard line to go in at the end of the game.
Yeah.
that was when the first time I called the clock play. If you remember, I throw it to Webb. He beat his butt. He was open. I sucked on my throw. I underthrew it. Okay.
2 overtimes, man. I don't know. Anybody would have been.
Well,
right.
it was at the end. It was actually, we could have won. It was at the end of the fourth quarter.
Right,
it was right before that field goal. I had it and I used it, and they bought it. I just sucked. Excuse me. I sucked on my throw. Okay? So on it, and I practiced that every day, everywhere I went from that point forward. So 86, 87, 88, 89, the situation didn't come up. Now I get 90. I'm doing that with Belichick. He waxed me in 93.
Yeah.
So I go to Dallas.
Yep.
I implement it with Dallas, but that situation doesn't come up. And then I'm a free agent the next year. This is 8 years later. I'm still running at practice because I'm obsessive. Okay, so to get it right. So we do it every day. I implement it with the Dolphins. Coach Shula, God bless you, had a lot of respect for me. So he let me implement into his offense that play. And then that was the first year of 94 was the first year of the microphones. Or the second year of it. And Coach Shula was so awesome, but he was letting me call the plays in. So he called the plays, but yet I was the one attached to Dan Marino.
Okay.
Calling in the plays.
Oh.
Okay. So, but I said, but it looked like you were calling them, but out of respect, to get it right. I was calling them. So the king came up, and Aaron Glenn was a rookie. He's now the head coach of the Jets.
Yeah.
So it comes up, and we come back, and the situation's up. A rookie cornerback. The clock's running down. I'm on the microphone. Danny, it's the spike play, and we've been practicing it. So that's a little long-winded for the story, but that's
awesome.
But the point of it is, like, some of these plays that these guys do, look at how long. Was it 12 years or whatever it was?
Yeah, I'll carry a play. I thought about it for a couple years, and I tried it in 86, and I carried it for 9 years. And now, of all the things I did, and I'm super proud of coming up with some of this health and wellness and actually still just being alive. Okay.
Hey, your coffee. I love your coffee, man. It's awesome.
Well, thanks. But that's to be able to sit here and pretend to be intelligent and stuff was tough to do with some of the things I've gone through. But now, you can't pick up a high school, college, or pro game playbook and see not only just everybody has the clock play and everybody has to defend the clock play. So I have my own little sections now of everybody's training book, because there's evolutions off of that, and to see some of the evolutions that some of us have put onto that play,
that's cool,
is
man.
super cool. So like you always, I was in is again a wannabe psychologist. When you least expect it. How you do little things is how you do all things.
Yep. Yeah.
So I always want to be on my game, and I always want the other team to think, that they better be on their toes, or we're going to get them.
I love talking to professional athletes like that, and you just you talked about obsessive and do the little things like you do and it's just that's what it takes to be at the pinnacle. You know what I mean?
Well, thanks. And it's even and again, I'm saying this in the spirit of a joke, but this is why as a wannabe humorist, that's why I get fired every 3 to 5 years on my announcing gigs and stuff.
But that's just I can just listen to that kind of stuff, and you're just I also think it's awesome that you can recall plays from specific games from 1986 and stuff like that. So just super cool. But
to the point where even this big thing with stealing signals and stuff. In the old days, everybody did, okay? And I love Jimmy Johnson, okay? I love him, and we're doing a documentary, so I'm going to say only nice things because he needs to be on it and stuff, okay? But we're plagiarists. Okay, so Jimmy had such a good disciple tree. Dave Wanstead, Dave Campo, Butch Davis, Jimmy Johnson. So they're all great guys. They're all my friends and stuff. But again, you want to beat your friends better than you want to beat anybody. So I used to joke with them on stealing signals. They would go 4, 3, under, cover 2. well, that's your fault that that's stolen. You deserve that, okay? Like, come on, man. Like,
A little more creative.
yeah, like you're the Dallas Cowboys with the big old blue star, and then you've got like some guy wearing a big old orange jacket. 4-3 under cover 2.
Gee, I wonder what they're running.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, we don't want to tie you up for the whole event, so you can go out and do everything you need to do. We really appreciate you sitting down with us. This is one of the coolest things I've ever got to do.
Hey, if you
so
want to
thank
know
you.
more about Bernie, get his book. That book was awesome, man. That's part of the stuff that I knew I was asking you about. So if you want to get that, it was called Learn to Scramble.
Learning to scramble. Yes.
I got it. Thank you for autographing for me. That was awesome. And get out to the store, buy it. You will learn a lot about Bernie. And the one thing you will learn, he knows every play because he knew the playbook. Back and forwards, man. That was awesome.
So awesome, man.
awesome,
we appreciate
Thanks,
it. It was
guys.
nice to meet you.
God bless,
Thank
man.
you so much,
matter.
Bernie.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, thanks, man. Right
Thank
on.
you.
All right, we'll take a quick break, guys. We'll be right back.
Yeah.